Stealth in video games. First introduced with Shoplifting Boy, released in November 1979 on the Commodore PET 2001 computer. Then having this next-gen mechanic be revived and more well-known with Castle Wolfenstein and 005 in 1981. Then later having the stealth mechanic be even more well-known and this time hugely popularized with the game series Metal Gear. It feels like stealth is everywhere nowadays. Like if you're playing a third-person or a first-person game, it feels odd to not have some level of stealth in the game. But the thing with today's interpretation of stealth, instead of it being a core mechanic in games, it feels more like a gimmick. And if you like stealth games and you have a good opinion on stealth video games, you may know the stealth genre has taken a nosedive in recent years. For example, Ghost of Yotei. This game is awesome, it's great, it's cool, but really? Recently, companies have watered down stealth in video games to appeal to a bigger, more wider audience. Your dick and balls are hanging out in the open where every AI should be able to see? Don't worry about it, honey bun. Nothing's gonna happen. And if they do see you, our very advanced next-gen caution meter should be able to give you just enough time to fix your mistake. Like, it's no wonder people don't want to play a stealth game. Look at this. I could watch Freddy Got Fingered on Blu-ray while ghosting through the entire game without having to pay any attention to it. But what is stealth? What do I mean when I say stealth video games? What do those words entail when I say them? Because there is a difference between stealth video games and games that have stealth in them. Stealth is a word used for the action of doing something with extreme caution and carefulness to not let anyone notice or see you. This could be taking somebody's phone from somebody's pocket without anybody noticing or seeing you, or going into a place you're not supposed to without anybody noticing or seeing you. Stealth games are where players are required to use stealth tactics to get from point A to B, being the certain objective points, rather than going into head-on combat to get to said objective point. Stealth games force the player from doing this open combat option by making the combat mechanic really fucking dogshit or non-existent at all, but the stealth really good, forcing the player to use ghost-like tactics to move unseen. Whether it be taking everyone you come across out stealthily, taking lights out to create more shadows for yourself to move unseen, etc. Games with stealth, on the other hand, are games where stealth can be an option but isn't incentivized to do so. These games have stealth as more of a secondary or third priority when focusing on gameplay. Today's stealth genre has essentially taken a pretty sizable fisting, not really being able to bring itself out of the situation, and I can't even tell you guys without saying, stealth isn't a genre anymore, it's just a gimmick for cool points. And games like Star Wars Outlaws and The Last of Us Part 2, just to name a couple, are mostly action-oriented games, fast combat, fast gameplay, that reward you for doing all the sick, cool combat moves on enemies and giving the player low risk and low reward for stealth. But games like Metal Gear and Splinter Cell give you that high risk, high reward feel whenever you use the stealth mechanic. But because stealth is a very slow paced, very tension driven experience where you kind of have to pay attention to a lot of things to have any sort of a good time, companies are scared of not wanting to release a pure stealth game to the public because it has those kinds of attributes to it, which I do kind of get. Sort of, a little. Like, imagine you get off work or school, it was a stressful day, kind of a shit day. Your boss or teacher climbed on your desk and flopped a dirt snake right on your enchilada. You get home and turn on your PC or console, and you start playing, I don't know, Alien Isolation, Sniper Elite, or Hitman. Well, because these games are made to give you tension and constantly be on the edge of your seat experiences, and at times ghosting through with trial and error, it's not cumbersome to a broader audience. What I'm really trying to say with this is a lot of people want a casual experience instead of constantly having to be alert every 1.6 seconds. So before we go into the next segment, I didn't type this into the script, but I wanted to show you guys how bad this system, this new system, really is. I was getting footage for this video from my PlayStation, and I noticed that I wasn't paying any attention to what was going on, but instead paying more attention to the podcast I was listening to more than the game itself.
The weird thing too is sometimes he just he'll just get his ass eaten for a long time. He just kind of like, he just like jacks at his soft bud for like 3.5 minutes. He's just like jacking his soft cock. He's like, yeah. It's like, your cock's not even hard. It doesn't even seem like you really enjoy this. It's like,
oh, that feels great. No. She goes to stop. He's like, no. Keep going.
She tries putting her head out to like suck his cock. He like grabs back her head and pushes her back inside of his asshole.
Slams it back in, starts like grinding it. Oh my word!
Just like fucking.
Oh, I had sticky toffee pudding for lunch.
It's like the grossest like mouth smacks as if she's eating a fucking bowl of pudding. He's like, get in there, it's a sloppy Joe.
Oh, I got a cough. His fucking ass like puckers like
his fucking asshole prolapses and just shows this big fucking pink head of cabbage just pouring out of his ass.
When one plays a stealth game, it's usually on the scale of if you're not seen while doing all of your objectives, you're at a 100% success rate, as seen on this little grading system in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. But if you're caught too many times, kill too many people, or do the objective loud and not stealth-like, you're gonna see that 100% go down to, I don't know, 40 or 20%, giving the player more of an incentive to play through with a more ghost-like approach. But if you're playing an action game, well, this is a little bit different. Going into an action game, you're already at a 0% success rate off rip, but all that changes till you start killing and fighting enemies, going from a 0 to a 70% or 90% success rate. See, there's a bit of a problem with the scaling system. Because people's attention spans have basically fucking snapped out of existence, people now don't want to play something where the main focus of the entire game is to go slow, be patient, and plan every move to not be seen. Players now want to have consistent rewards for doing as much killing and destruction as possible to keep that dopamine going. For a genre that already doesn't have as much going on as other genres like RPG, action adventure, open world, etc., stealth-focused video games should be more of an integral part in modern gaming. And I know some dickweed's gonna say, but Assassin's Creed Shadows, Dishonored, and Children of the Sun are marketed as heavy stealth games though. All I have to say about that is just because the fucking game is marketed as a quote-unquote stealth game doesn't mean it's a stealth game. Let's get into it a little bit. The stealth mechanic is supposed to challenge the player and force the player to pay attention to several different integral aspects of the game, like sound propagation, patience, being more observant around corners to not get caught, have a little bit more forward thinking if you want to take somebody out without anybody noticing. See, when you have a really fleshed out fighting mechanic and shooting mechanic, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing the entire fucking stealth mechanic at all. Like, look at these stealth games. See how going head first is almost always a guaranteed you lose? This basically tells you you shouldn't go into any open combat encounters, forcing the stealth route, but see how the combat is fleshed out in these games with all these tools and weapons for combat at your disposal? These are games with stealth, not stealth games. Because we have an oversaturated market full of the same bullshit, players want something different. We want something that isn't the exact fucking same. We need games that are more one genre focused. And in my opinion, I think the best genre to start with is the stealth genre, because look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. This sack of garbage got marketed heavily on the stealth. Couple million pre-orders from what I was fucking hearing. Players don't not like stealth games. They don't like games with stealth because 9 times out of 10, the player is going to use the option that actually works and rewards them rather than the option that doesn't and has little to no reward. Really, to end this off, stealth games need to be treated more as a genre again rather than a gimmick. So, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm not gonna end it on that one. Just ear rape you guys. That's gonna be funny. Not.